Throw Gang, we are joined by the Brioni bad boy, Lauren Schlossman, and myself, Baron of the Big Pants, James Harris. Welcome to the weekly Running of the Boys.
Big B's.
With today's full episode only available on
Patreon.com/throwingfits.
Before we get into seeing the GOAT at the Apollo Theater, accidentally going to Coachella this week, and AI Drake, let's get into a fit check.
Yeah, and I would just like to say real quick on record, and maybe this is MFA getting into my head, but I think we both look fantastic today.
Oh, thank you.
I think we brought it. Sometimes I'm like, I don't know about you, but like I intentionally think about what's going to go into the fit pick because it is like, a public record of our Johns, and I will admit sometimes it's maybe more fun than others, but today I'm feeling good.
I like the color palette and the color story that you're giving us today. Normally it's like this all black Larry shit, or like
all black,
or like when you pull up in like the Oreo cookie or like the black and white cookie where it's like white pants, leather jacket, like
oh yeah, that happens sometimes.
Mid,
yeah.
But I do like
Brown and black.
Well, see, I thought this was navy because it's so
Jenna was
so
saying
vintage.
the same thing, but I think it's black. I bought it as like black button-up boys, but whatever.
for your dubious nighttime alley stalking.
This is the shirt that has been described as rapist adjacent.
Okay, well, who said that?
Your
wife?
Armand. and then you
Got you.
and then you repeatedly, or maybe it was me.
No, I would never drop a hard R like that.
Oh, okay. I'm thinking of a different hard R.
Yeah, maybe a few of those.
All right. Well, you in your beautiful kind of blue ensemble, why don't you lead us off, Jim?
On the dogs were Mizuno Wave Prophecies. Yeah, the Wave Prophecies, which I bought in conjunction with these big-ass motherfucking pants from the homies at this thing of ours, shop up in Manchester.
Kim Jong-un.
Who, they're like one of the only purveyors that I know of that are peddling Mizuno, like, sport style.
Mizuno's
like Mizuno
Japanese,
lifestyle.
not Korean.
Yes.
Okay,
Mizuno's Japanese, but, like, this thing of ours is one of the few shops, and I don't know why they're not in America. Maybe they're just, like, making 40s in Europe first, where you can get, like, the Mizuno, like, lifestyle-y shit.
This thing of ours is an amazing, like, not to be racist, but like, it's like, the typical like kind of idea of like translating English into like Japanese or Korean or any Asian language, and then the reverse, like, because like it's a mafia thing. This thing of ours, La Cosa Nostra, but it's like a Gorp shop name in Korea. It's just funny to me.
No, it's not Korean. It's in Manchester, United Kingdom. You fucking idiot.
Well, anyway.
Also, this thing of ours, It's like it's a Pusha T bar, and I believe the word you're looking for is English. You fucking
Well, I can't
honky.
say that's a hard R.
Yeah, that's a hard. Well, that's actually an L. You fucking gaijin ass,
That's
round
a
eyed,
Japanese L, dude.
bug eyed motherfucker.
This thing of ours is it's Manchester.
Yeah, dude. But they
So
carry.
is that then British hardo shit? Like,
no,
what
they
do you-
carry. It's TTIO. They carry a lot of fire Korean brands.
No, it is a good store. Shout them
Yeah,
out for sure.
which is okay. Luso socks, and then the pants, which I got from this thing of ours, are fucking enormous, and they're from a Korean brand called Anglar, I believe, maybe Anglin.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
So maybe that's the example of what I'm talking about.
It's either Anglar or Anglal. Get it? Racism.
Yeah, got it.
But they're fucking huge balloon ass nylon big boys, like the fucking old UFO pants of ravers yesteryear.
You did have a moment upstairs where, and you don't normally do this, but you were kind of like, how should I wear these? You never ask for my opinion, typically.
No, I said I didn't ask you how. I said, hey, I'm kind of struggling because you got to go.
Okay, show not tell.
I'm kind of like a little like struggling with like I don't even know how to wear these.
I think you cinched them. That's the only way to do it, right?
Yeah, I took the styling tips from this thing of ours, who wear them with like gorpy shoes, big pants, and then I threw on the Our Legacy borrowed shirt, oversized.
Mm-hmm. Big boy
Kind of taking after the GOAT Wayne, who I saw last night at the Apollo, who's just like drowning in the Balenci.
Which is funny because like talk about the pendulum swing, because he used to be like skin tight everything.
Yeah.
Supras, sky highs, or super sky
girlfriend
tops,
jeans,
like jeggings, and then like the tiniest tee over a beater, if wearing a shirt at all.
He was
How's
wearing.
he not been fat? He never got fat.
He's still fucking. I think he's now like one of those rappers that's like into like
he's like
fitness.
shredded, bro.
Yeah,
I guess skateboarding is a good way to burn calories.
True. Okay, we'll get into his fit later.
Are you doing any LA R&D, like knowing that we're about to hit some hot weather? Like, are you gonna bring those pants, for example?
The ones I'm wearing now?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, I feel like they would be perfect for like a 83 and kind of sunny.
Our Legacy Workshop overdyed cardigan. This is some Yoakum Flow.
No follow-up, okay.
Well, we're going to talk about our LA trip.
Okay.
Hanes boxers, maiden name ring, sipping on a Diet Pepsi and Greenpoint's finest. Sun Buddies, sunglasses upstairs.
Workshop collab.
Yes. Damn, a lot of workshop.
I wore the Loewe crushable loafers, which famously gave me trench foot at the barbecue. But I've since realized that they are much more comfortable as socks. So I actually think I am going to bring them to Los Angeles.
Okay,
so we'll see. I'm wearing.
See, that's why we haven't done the Throwing Fits barbecue a second time.
I needed to heal.
Lawrence is gangrene. His trench foot needed to fucking heal up. His World War I era foot injury.
For in the trenches with the gas like it's 1917. For the new listeners, I lost both big toenails because I was grinding so hard. Even like rain, sleet, shine, we are like the postmen we always deliver.
You were a big no socks and loafers guy, and I was always just like, what's the point of that? Like, just wear some socks, bro.
I have vintage Gucci loafers that are just like, they might as well be fucking slippers. They're so comfortable. You can go sockless in those.
Yeah, but even any leather, even if it's like super broken in, my dogs just fucking leak. I need to swaddle them with some sockies.
I'm not a sweaty guy, or at least as sweaty as you, but my dogs will. I mean, anyone's dogs are going to sweat in leather. It just is going to happen.
Yeah.
Like I said,
Wayne did not play leather so soft.
You like leather so soft?
I love it.
I think that's
it's the best driving. It's top 5 driving songs.
I could think of
you don't drive, so you don't get it.
I could think of 10 Wayne bangers off the top of my head that I just rather listen to while driving. It's not necessarily about driving or being in a vehicle, but I'd rather hear that when I'm cruising. Either
Different
way,
strokes.
All right, ALD socks. Like I said, I am wearing 1111 trousers. My dad made fun of them when I wore them to my joint birthday party with my mom.
They're like a nice mustard, but they do kind of give like
they have
like British colonial Indian vibes, but not in a bad way.
So he saved this up until it was like the last thing he said after like hugged him and told him I loved him and gave him a kiss on the cheek goodbye. He was like, "What's up with these Tom Sawyer pants?" I was like, "Okay," because they're a little burlap sack-esque.
Did you refer to me as something, Jim?
No. Jesus Christ.
You're the Tuck fan.
Oh, yeah, bro. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, speaking of hard art, god damn, dude. Neighbor Jim.
Yeah.
I have on a Mon Italy long dangle Western belt holding up the 1111s, which are a full 2 waist sizes too big.
Nice.
Which actually I kind of like because then it gives the effect of like pleating because they're basically scrunched up.
And you can get fat.
And it makes me feel skinny, which I love as a kind of chubby boy. Kind of like how skaters, I guess, wear their jeans and pants. Like a skinny skater, they got the lace, the shoelace cinched up real tight.
The extension cord.
Yeah, exactly. I have on a Hanes Pleaser. I am wearing a black, maybe navy, who's to say, Brioni.
I think it's just so faded that it's like a washed black at this point.
It's like it has like a nice herringbone texture. Either way, this fantastic shirt was purchased from our friend Kathleen at Chickies Vintage. I am wearing a Metalwood Studios hat on the dome. Go ahead.
I
was going to say, shout out to everyone that tuned into the Friday Fiasco. I thought that was super fun, and I think
delivered.
delivered.
Shout out Cole.
We striped it.
Shout out Brett in the Peanut Gallery.
Yeah.
Screaming
Brad.
Baba Booey. Brad. Fuck.
Yeah.
Fuck. Sorry,
Whatever.
Brad. But there's a funny comment made this weekend where I linked up with Chuck when we were going from Fantasy Explosion to the 316 party.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, yo, so like, how's the Masters? I was like, oh, it was a lot of fun because we haven't seen him.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, it was so much fun. He's like, yeah, like I really liked the episode with Cole. He's like, yo, but Lawrence, he wears that Metalwood Studios hat every day with a swing like that. I was just like,
I mean, the
king of stolen valor,
the cap for the capper,
the king of cap.
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
Just improve your swing.
Occupational hazard of being a stolen valor fucking king.
I thought he was gonna be like, yeah, he wears it every day, must fucking reek.
Well, yeah, I do have another one, but yeah, this one is pretty torched. I don't know. I'm into it. Though when we went golfing, I wore my alternate because I was like, this one, if I do golf in it might pass the point of no return, or I would have to strip it at home or something I don't really want to do because I'm lazy.
Anyway, I just want you to know that like not every criticism from me, constructive criticism from me, comes from a place of hate or Jimmy. Because once it does get validated by other people around you, then you're like, oh, Jimmy wasn't just hating; he was speaking truth.
It's truth to power. Yeah, I think from Chuck, that's a valid criticism.
Okay.
Metalwood with a swing like that, yeah, that's a bit counterintuitive.
And I was like, Metalwood doesn't want to be boxing as a golf brand.
Oh, you defended me?
No, I defended Metalwood.
Okay, I am wearing rollie on the wrist, wedding ring on the fingy, wifey on the pinky, New York adorned in the lobe. I am wearing Supreme Hanes boxer briefs. I wore an NN07 leather. I keep forgetting to shout out all the jackets that I've been wearing at Fit Checks, but that's the leather for today. And then I'm sipping on my own glass of Greenpoint's Finest in a wonderful Mr. Porter for Throwing Fits commemorative pint glass.
Hell yeah. Should have stolen some more. Mm-hmm. All right. Fit check, drink check complete. Yeah. Let's get into another episode of
The Only Podcast That Matters.
Yes, the meat and potatoes. just so many isms, just fucking
Yeah,
tossing
totally,
around,
dude.
and my CTEs just
Mm-hmm.
flaring up. All right. First order of business is that last
On the
night,
docket.
yeah,
What do the minutes say?
Wayne show.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I saw Lil Wayne, your goat.
Well, yeah.
Is he not your number one? I guess number two after Ye.
Well, he's the rapper that got me. I'm a late bloomer when it comes to hip hop. But Lil Wayne, my freshman year roommate with the Carter 2, really kind of opened up my eyes to the wondrous art form that is rap music. So for me, Wayne will always hold that super nostalgic, like important kind of place in terms of like my Mount Rushmore. But like my goat is still like Ye.
Did you ever?
Or like even Drake. I love Drake.
Did you have like a rhyme book in college?
No, I didn't actually
find
spit.
that. We need to find this.
My name is Larry, and I'm here to say,
Oh my god,
I love to podcast every day. No, I didn't have a rhyme book.
All right, so I went to the
Is he your goat?
No, I went to MF I went to the Wayne concert
right,
at the Apollo Theater, which like I am a fan of. When was the last time you went to like a small rap show, like a fucking
Like
intimate
a
venue?
club show? Not for a minute.
Yeah. These like big ass shows and like obviously everything happening in Coachella and it's festival season and everything, I'm just not really a fan of. And then also it's just like this is just fucking Onk Jimmy being like, yo, the fact that rappers aren't rapping. When we saw Pusha at the Pharrell thing, I was like talking to Upscale Van. I was like, yo, he's the only rapper that raps.
Yeah.
And Upscale was like, yo, you heard that Push? You say you're the only rapper that raps.
A lot of guys do like a Future or an Uzi. Like these guys rely on backing tracks.
Yeah.
Which I get it. I mean,
There's no backing track. And like, okay.
wait, live band or not live band?
There's a one-man band. So there's a DJ and a guy on this like going fucking crazy. The Black Travis Barker. Just going crazy for like 95 minutes. Just one-man band on a crazy drum set elevated up. Before this all started though, okay. Wayne at the Apollo obviously had to do it. We had
Well,
VIP.
I mean, you had to do it. You bought them when you were drunk and forgot. Because I was like, yo, I want to go to this. And you were like, well, my boy got 2 tickets. You forgot that you bought them drunk.
Yeah. No, he bought them. I didn't buy them drunk. He bought them so long ago. And then I forget when it was. Oh, I think we were in New Orleans or something. And I was like, saw some live music,
Oh, sure.
and I was like, fuck, like live music is the best, bro. Like, yo, fuck it, I'll Venmo you $350 right now.
You were in the Magnolia Projects hanging out, and you're like, that's right. I need to see Lil Wayne.
Yeah, 4th row at the Apollo. I've only seen one other show at the Apollo before. It's such a small venue.
What did you see at the Apollo previously?
Charles Bradley, the Screaming Eagle of Soul,
Okay.
R.I.P., big rip
Okay.
to the god. But so
Iconic venue.
it was VIP entry. I mean, we spent like early access, which was like you could get to your seats, you could get to the bar, you could get to the merch table early, but they're very strict. Like the email that came through was like this long, so it's like, yo, you got to be there between 6 and 7. If you come up through after 7, like you're
Access
done.
denied. You're with
Access
the
denied.
plebes. Yeah.
So we're up in Harlem. We want to get a meal before eating.
Clip that out, Robbie.
What?
Just you say, so we're up in Harlem.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
I check in with Bar, the mayor.
Yeah, of course.
I'm like, yo, you going to the Wheezy show? He's like, nah. I'm like, all right, where should we eat? But we'd already settled in at this Caribbean spot called Kingston, which was just like a jerk spot on 116th. And the food is really good, but
the jerk spot called. They're running out of you.
well, they were out of pork.
Damn.
Yeah, no pork in my fork.
Damn, no pernil.
No dining on swine. But the chef was like, the vibes were just altered very early on for this whole evening. Like, first we were loving it, like loud fucking dance hall, drinking Red Stripes, eating amazing jerk chicken, eating amazing rasta pasta.
I love a rasta pasta.
Bro, you ever had it?
Yeah, of course.
It's phenomenal.
It's amazing. Do you think it's better than normal, the non-rasta pasta?
Is it better than all Italian pasta?
Just like if I was like, all right, you can have a rasta pasta, or I got you a penne bolognese. What are you going with? I think I would take rasta pasta.
I think it depends.
I'm
It depends
more of a
on the mood.
carbonara or like a linguine and clams guy versus just like a bolognese. You know?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
See, I know
don't
about
know.
food.
Also, rasta pasta is just like, it's a much rare entity.
Is it?
I think so, 'cause it's so specialized.
Yeah, sure.
Like, I feel like a lot of people, when I wrote rasta pasta, be like, yo, like, oh, you can't say that. I'm like, bro, that's the name of the
Why
fucking
could you
dish.
say it, dude?
I don't know. It's like making fun of rasta culture.
Damn, the rasta monsters are all up in
I
your
know.
DMs.
Yeah.
I will say
The rasta monsters gotcha.
the one thing that a rasta pasta I feel like someone hasn't unlocked is like it's never fresh pasta.
Eh.
You know? Because it's like, why would the jerk spot even if they're selling a lot of rasta pasta, why are they going to make fresh penne?
Oh, why are they going to make the pasta? Why are they going to hand make pasta?
I don't know.
You think all the Italian restaurants you go to
No,
hand roll their shit?
No, but I will say that a handmade pasta is always going to hit iffy.
But if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Okay, fair. Anyway, sorry to interrupt.
The chef comes up and like there's like a cute like bartender waitress, and the chef is this like dirty old man, and okay, not to be racist, but like his accent was so incomprehensible,
Yeah,
and there was dancehall blasting at like 100 behind him, and he was speaking to us so intensely, and he's like, "Yo, like, well, I'm not gonna do his accent."
You did it with the wagwan.
But the first thing he says to us is like, "Yo, you guys should come back. She when her friends are here."
Ooh,
and
the
all
waitress's friends.
Yeah, and we're
Ooh.
like, "Oh, yeah, man." And then
Yeah,
I go to the
brother.
bathroom, and then apparently he starts talking to my boy Noop, and he's like, "Oh, like you guys, you know, you're a couple, like you shouldn't let him push you around like that."
Ooh.
And Noop's like, "What?"
You guys were giving off couple vibes?
Yeah. And then he started doing like fucking motions, and he's like putting his hands in his apron in a way where he's like cupping his whole meat wad, like
I hope
crazy.
he washed his hands before making the next batch of rasta pasta.
Dude, I don't know. And then he's like speaking like so fucking intensely, and you cannot understand a single word. You can barely hear his voice, let alone like the thickness of his accent.
Did you catch any bumbleclots?
No, did not catch any bumbleclots or Bati boys or wagwans, but I don't know. It's just weird, man.
You guys did not beat the Bati boy accusations.
Yeah, it was a weird like he got in my face, and he was like, friend, he's like, yo, and I think he was saying that like the waitress gives like excellent head.
What? How would he know? Is that the hiring process?
Honestly, it's Harlem, baby.
That's Harlem for you.
So the vibes
That's
are
the
off.
Black Renaissance for you.
The vibes are off as we're like walking to Wayne, and unfortunately, like, you know, I guess concerts these days, like it's like VIP. Oh, you got to stand on that line. It's like a slightly shorter line than IGA. Then they let you in, and it's like whatever. But we get in. It's the fucking Apollo Theater. It's immediately just like, yo, this is gonna be legendary. Of
course.
The GOAT at the GOAT venue.
Mm-hmm.
We had heard rumors that at the show the night before, doors open at 7. He didn't go until like 10:30.
Damn, he was on rapper time even for like his era's kind of swan
Yeah,
song
on like
tour?
a Thursday and on a Thursday night.
Ew.
On a Thursday
That's
night. This
rapper
was
time.
This was a Sunday night. This is after like a weekend, and you're just like, oh, bro, like I hope he fucking goes on.
One of the 2 times I saw him, this was at the North Carolina College of Agriculture and Technology. He was, I think, 2.5 hours late. But that was peak like Carter 3.
Yeah.
He
Lil
came
Wayne.
up out of the fucking from the bottom of the stage in like the Hannibal Lecter, like in
fire.
the fucking shit with
like the
mask
cage
on.
on.
It was awesome.
Mask on. The one thing we did see while we were like lining up outside the Apollo was some like gopher just like pushed through the crowd 2 gigantic bags of Balenciaga, just like
Just
2
copped that day?
big gray Balenciaga bags, and just like got like hustled in to like the back door.
Copped
So I
from
was like, all right.
Gregory at Bergdorf earlier that
Yeah,
day.
that's Saks. So I was like, all right,
Saks,
Wayne is in the
excuse
building. Confirmed horrendous fit, just Balenci head to toe.
What was the average age of the crowd?
So the crowd was. I enjoy watching the crowd at an event as not as much as like the actual like.
But while you're
headliner.
waiting around,
No, but even during the event, I'm like looking around, just like watching people enjoying themselves and like playing out their little like drama stories
Sure.
and like seeing their interaction and shit. The crowd was in all aspects like one of the most diverse crowds at a show I've ever been to, because he has been rapping his ass off for 20 years.
The man.
So you had fucking old heads. You had fucking young baddies. You had like mom and dad on like date night.
Sure.
You had a lot of like nerd ass fucking white boys.
I can only imagine the media.
Yeah, you
Members
had like
of the hip hop media.
you had like women that were maybe like 5-10 years ago Wayne would have like asked them backstage, but now they're
interesting.
fucking
Yeah.
But they're
Past
they're
their prime.
But they're like there with their besties. They're going crazy. This one woman had a crazy selfie light like on attached to the top of her phone.
Tight. Gotta get that content, baby.
It was nuts.
How much were those ticks?
3 something, and we were in the 4th row, kind of in the corner.
Seats or just floor, standing?
Seats.
Okay.
Seats.
Oh, that's how you know that the crowd is of a certain age where it's like even those floor seats are seated, right?
Well, that's just
There's no pit at a
that's-
Wayne show.
That's the venue.
Oh, that's the
The
Apollo.
Apollo is all seated.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
People were flooding the aisles, and like it did. Like as soon as he came out to Mr. Carter, which is awesome.
Hey, Mr. Carter.
People just fucking flooded the aisles, and it like went crazy. He came out with the biggest fucking gorilla dick blunt I've ever seen in my entire life.
Fuck yeah, dude.
It lasted the entirety of he was hitting it like constantly.
Yeah.
It lasted the entirety of the 90-minute show. Like he walked off with like a sizable blunt still in his hand. It was absurd. Like it was. I mean, it was part of the fit, right?
Right.
His enormous
It's an
fucking
accessory.
blunt.
Yeah.
Okay, back to the crowd. with this show, like, it was super interesting to see, like, yeah, there were, like, fucking girls dressed all slutty. There were fucking, like, older people just, like, you know, they were, like, Harlem royalty just kind of, like, standing there with their fucking chains. There was, like, a lot of people came dolo.
Interesting.
So
he's a big enough guy where it's like if you love Wayne and you can only afford one ticket or, like, it's like I get how it could be can't miss even if you're rolling alone.
And this is, so he's 40, right?
Yeah.
He's like playing his like he was doing like mixtape Wheezy. He was doing like No Ceilings. He was doing a lot of the Carters. He did some of his rock songs, which fucking sucked dick.
Those are stinkers. You don't want to hear that.
But
did he do Lollipop?
He did do Lollipop.
Yeah,
Into
dude.
Mrs. Officer.
Woo!
Yo, he was doing some like sexy songs where
we.
he was doing some like sexy songs where the girlies were going fucking bananas.
He's a sex symbol, or was. I guess still is. Did he? How bad did his hair look? Because the thinning dread look is not great.
They were kind of pushing. They're kind of piled up high.
Nice.
He had a Balenciaga hat.
He's
that
doing
he
the
took
Trump
off.
version of dreads. Where
Yeah,
like,
comb over.
It's pushed forward.
The comb over.
A dread
the comb
over.
Forward.
Yeah.
But the crowd. Okay, so like with a seated show, you're pretty much locked in with like your neighbors, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is like good and bad. Because if you're surrounded by good people or like short people, that's fire. Like you're locked in. The woman next to me, it was a couple. White guy, black girl. He was kind of like alternate timeline Larry, where he had like a dusty ass Caesar, mad high, like just fucking was like almost falling asleep one point, just fried. You know, had like bad tattoos.
Nice.
Wifey was next to him, and she was very like maternal, like making sure everyone like around us was like good.
Nice. I like that.
Oh, like you dropped your bag. Oh, you dropped your joint.
Love that. That's the community aspect that the Apollos.
She was like, yo, can you see? Then in front of us, there was a guy just like on his like a wigga. Just solo, just like filming the whole shit.
That's alternate timeline Larry, dude.
No, this other guy was also timeline Larry. Married to a black chick, Dusty Caesar.
Okay, respect. Oh, yeah.
At the Wayne show.
Tight.
The four people in front of us were like two short girls and then two guys that both looked like fucking Herc from The Wire / Dom from Entourage.
Yeah, for real.
Like mad thin blue line ass motherfuckers.
Yeah.
And they had like, you know, like skulls and like all these like terrible tattoos, and they're rapping their asses off. One guy was so hammered.
They saying the N-word?
I don't know.
Okay.
But like when like Wayne was like, yo, I see y'all up top, like I'm fucking you guys up top, like shout out the people up top in the nosebleeds, and this way it turns out he just goes like this.
My people, dude. Solidarity.
But they were mad drunk, and then like but they were fine because like the two girls were short and like they were kind of grinding. Like the guy was like trying to grind with his lady, but then he's like, oh, grinding with another girl. I don't know. Then
they're caught up in the moment.
Literally like 75 minutes into the show, another couple comes and they're like, yo, those are our seats. And there's this whole
They were that late?
There's this whole kerfuffle.
Yikes.
Between the four thin blue line people and this new couple. The new couple, the woman was in the shortest like cheap ass like Shein sequin skirt I've ever seen. Titties fucking spilling out.
Love it.
The dude looked like a fucking Chad from the Masters, except not a Chad. He was a fucking like chinless Henry.
Okay.
Chinless Henry. Like khaki shorts, performance rayon polo.
Damn.
And this girl was just like slutted up to the point where she's tried to stand up on the chair. She did get up on her chair, and her whole ass was like this close to my face. Wasn't fun.
How you do?
Wasn't fun. Me and the woman next to the matronly woman, like,
look at this fucking broad, dude.
And then I had to ask her to.
Excuse me, miss. Can you get your BBL out of my grilling tip?
Oh no, negative ass.
Oh, damn.
Concave ass. Concave
Damn,
ass.
even with the fucking tiny little micro Shein skirt.
Yeah.
Sad.
So the woman was like, "Can you see? Are you okay? Can you see? Do you want me to say something?" I'm like, "It's fine," because it was okay. Then it got. She was like standing on the seat and was like 8 feet tall and like right in front of me. So I was like, "Yo, can you like sit down? I can't see." And then she was like very apologetic. But then she and the dude left.
What?
To get a drink, and then came back and sat when he's like doing like Millie and like 6 foot, 7 foot. It was fucking very suspect. I don't know why they were there. Like they got their grams off and they fucking.
And they were already late. I mean, and that's a long show, right? How long? It was
like 90, 100 minutes.
It
90
was
minutes.
a fucking movie. It was a feature length film.
It was great. There was a moment where Wayne was like, "Yo," you know. So he's been doing like him and he had Drake open for him.
Yeah,
in Toronto.
Yeah.
Right. I'm trying to
cool.
think if he had any other like special guests that came out, but people kind of whispering. They're like, "Yo, like Drake." Yo.
You had mentioned that to me that you were like, oh, maybe it's like, they're going to.
I thought it was going to be Nicki because like she is a Queens rapper.
Sure.
Or I was like, yo, it's at the Apollo. It's got to be like Drake brought out Dipset when he was at the
Yep.
Apollo. So I was like, maybe it's like ASAP Mob or like Rocky.
Yeah.
Or like some fucking like whatever.
Well, Wayne doesn't have. Does Wayne have any songs with Rocky?
No.
Maybe. I don't think so. Yeah.
No.
Anyway.
But I was like, yo, he's the GOAT. What if he brings out like his like New York like sons and daughters, right? Where it's like, yo, like I birthed all
Ron
these
Browse,
motherfuckers. Yeah.
and who's Peter Guns' kid that's on 6'7"? Fuck. Anyway,
I don't know. But it was okay.
but he did bring out somebody.
You did realize that Wayne was like in both his look and like his everything. I mean, he rapped his ass off, and you were like, "Yo, he did birth like everybody, Uzi, fucking everybody,
the whole generation, dude. He has a lot of sons, like you're saying. Wait, so tell me who he brought out. I mean, I know, obviously, spoiler alert.
Well, so he brought. Well, first of all, he's like, "Yo, for all my Young Money fans,
okay,
like, you know, we're gonna bring out like the real ones, like real ones know." I'm like, okay,
Gutta.
no, even less known.
Oh, damn.
So people are like, all right, like, yo, people are whispering, yo, is it Nicki? Is it that?
Yeah.
It's this fucking little white kid with
Who?
like his
What?
name's Drizzy P. Do you know him?
No.
He comes out in like the worst, like even worse fit than Wayne.
Drizzy P?
He had like we'll put him on the mood board. He had like a fucking Yankee fitted that was like
we don't do
cocked
mood
off to the
boards.
side. Oh, we don't? Oh, fuck. He had the wildest black scent I've ever heard in my life.
Was he a good rapper?
He comes out, he's like, y'all, make some fucking noise for yourselves, y'all. I'm just like, what? Like, and everyone's just like, and then he starts rapping, and then everyone just fucking sits down. This was,
Damn.
this was brutal to like be a
Unanimous.
part of, and he's like,
Zero approval rating.
yo, I'm Jersey P. Make sure y'all stream my shit. I'm everywhere I can be found. I'm like, yo, you're white. I thought he was saying Jersey P. That he's from Jersey.
I don't know, dude. I have never heard of this guy.
Then he brought out, I don't know, like Mellow Rax,
I don't know. Any of these
Lil
people.
Twist.
Okay.
Some other a guy named Euro. So that was another fucking vibe killer.
Damn,
right
dude.
there.
That's brutal.
I know. But then you hear the sample of the fucking
Suck it or not.
No, the 6'7" foot.
Oh, okay.
7 foot. And he comes back out. Same Balenciaga shirt, but different color.
Cool.
Like,
Tight.
now he's wearing two green Balenci things. And yeah, he brings out Cameron, which was like fire. And like to the woman next to me, she was like, yo, at least give us Dipset or something, complaining about like the mid show break.
Yeah.
And I hear Cameron be like, yo, you know what it is? And she's like, oh, here's Dipset. And she's like, what? Ah! She's like freaking out. Cameron comes out, and obviously the whole place goes fucking bananas. Even though they only played
Talk
one
about the
song.
mayor of Harlem.
They played one song that was kind of like
Suck it or not.
Suck It or Not.
Mid.
Pretty mid.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, is Cam
Extremely
gonna do just some Cam songs?
That would be great.
He didn't.
Damn.
He did the one
One
song.
and done. And
He
bounced.
did the one song and bounced. So whatever.
I know that I get criticized a lot as a Lil Wayne stan of like, you know, I think I did it with Barber, and I'm sure I've done it with other people where it's like ranking the Carters or this and that. But and I know you hate that, but I just want to know, do you have a favorite Lil Wayne song?
It might be Leather So Soft. It might be what's the one that's called ba, 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 da, da, da. All these carrots like I'm a fucking vegetarian. Also, he was rapping in this crazy way where he's like, all these carrots like I'm a fucking vegetarian. It's like, Wayne, why are you doing? Why are you
he was
rapping like that?
switching his flow.
Yeah, it was kind of in this like childish shit. But then also like he's so funny and just like like he was doing one. He was just he was skipping a circle for like 45 seconds. He was just on his rockstar shit.
I will say with the flow thing, I've noticed this a little bit with Drake and some other guys that don't use backing tracks, and maybe it's intentional where it's like, yo, I'm going to switch it up and kind of like improv a bit so people get something a little bit new even for like a standard classic. But I think that the way these guys rap on record with like how chopped up it is with engineers, I think it's for breath control. Like he's picking an easier flow so that he can spit without
it's like,
backing tracks.
Maybe I mean it's so staccato and kind of like as if like a it's like a like what's a going to a goblin? Nothing. It's just weird. I don't know.
Kendrick kind of stole that. Well, I guess Andre 3000 did this too, but the alien voice thing. Obviously, Wayne was.
I mean, alien voice.
You know, he's a Martian. Obviously,
He's a Martian.
So.
Yeah. Oh, he did do "Drop the World" with without the Eminem verse.
Ugh.
But in a weird, like, kind of like gothic, like gothy, like singing way.
Yeah.
I'ma pick the world up and I'ma drop it on my motherfucking head, like that.
Should have brought out Opera Steve, dude, to do
bro.
the hooks.
What fire?
I think my favorite is "Money on My Mind."
Okay.
The chopper turn a chip into a potato head wimp and like ranch I dip. That that whole shit.
I mean,
Banger.
Millie still goes crazy.
Yeah,
Mr.
of
Carter
course.
still goes crazy. I don't know. Maybe Mr. Carter for the outro. The merch was fine. It was weird.
No one's going to a Lil Wayne show for merch, dude.
There was
Saint Frank Ocean.
Yo, there's one shirt. This was fucking such a brick. There was one shirt that was like a slice of every Carter album cover.
Yeah.
So like, you see him like grow up across the 5 Carters. But that was a lot.
5, bro. There's
5, no?
there's
How many are there?
there's at least 6.
Okay, well there are 5 covers, maybe 6. I don't know. and like Baby Wayne, like with the tattoos
That's
and everything.
3. Yeah.
There's another like younger Wayne.
think
But it was on the
4.
back. It was on the back of the T-shirt, and on
Oh,
the front it just said "General Admission, not for resale." And it's like, why would you
Mm.
put that on the front?
Yo, that's well, this is blame Virgil, dude. Shit like that only exists because of him. I mean, shout out to the influence, but that's a terrible shirt.
Anoop copped it, and then he's like, "Oh, wait, this is
the they were at I know
the
that's what
design
you're
is on
saying,
the back,"
Oh, no.
and he returned it.
Not for resale, but you can return it.
yeah.
Damn, dude.
I think there's a weird like. So,
What shirt did you buy? You showed me a picture.
I don't know where it is.
Oh,
I
you're
think
gonna
it's
wear
my
it. Is it
bedroom.
right there on your chair?
No, I'm letting all the blunt clothes air out before I put them in the
Oh
laundry
yeah, how
hamper.
blunted was the crowd?
Oh, mad weed.
Fire.
And people were
Did
fucking
you smoke?
drunk
Did
too.
you get like any fucking? You hit a cipher?
There are two dorks behind me, and like they're like, excuse me, have you seen like a joint that I dropped? It looks like this one. I'm like, oh, yo, I got it. It's right here. And I was like, here you go, tax free. He's like, oh, I'll reward you by giving you some later. I'm like, I'm good.
You.
I don't need your autistic marijuana, like
Yeah, dude. This is smoking on the shit that made him autistic, dude.
smoking on the Mensa pack.
Jesus
No,
Christ.
no,
Yeah,
thank you.
I got it. Did you see any of like the media homies like at Caramonica? I know Frazier was there.
Oh, is Caramonica there?
I don't know. I
saw-
saw Frazier was there.
I saw a homie from Def Jam. Nah, because like once you're at your chair, like you're kind of like locked in.
Yeah.
Unless you like go to the bar, but the lines at the bar were crazy. So like I was pretty much just like posted.
Damn, dude. No refreshments for 93 minutes. That's tough.
I had a beer and a water. Like that's all you need.
Nice little
Yeah.
combo. Should we do Leather So Soft as the outro?
Leather so soft.
It's
Top so soft.
That's pretty. I really think that's like kind of a mid-tier Wayne song. Whatever. Anyway, we can rock it as
You're
outro.
bugging.
Yo,
that's
let
who.
the
That's
people
who.
decide.
That's who. Drizzy Pete. Do you remember the accent challenge? Like Wigga, the accent challenge guy. He's like, yo, accent challenge. First up, we got bacon, egg, and cheese. We say it.
I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
It's like we
Is
got.
it like the guy like let me like accent challenge like how I can tell from your New York without
No,
saying you're from
no.
New York? That guy.
It's like a notes app screenshot. He's like, yo, accent challenge. And it says Ben. He's like, next up, we got baby. You're bugging.
Damn,
Yeah, it's
dude.
like, you're bugging.
I don't.
Hey, you're bugging. It's wild. I mean,
That's Drizzy.
that's
P.
Drizzy P.
Okay, good to
Except-
know. Do your own research at
Yeah,
home.
exactly. Because I was at the Wayne. Okay. Anyway, and then I had a whole kerfuffle with the merch because, like, as a VIP, you get merch on the way out. But there was this like table that everyone was stream patching, like, "Yo, show me your laminate. Show me your laminate." And I showed them my laminate, and they're handing out a signed poster.
Yeah.
Which
you were nonplussed by, which I thought was pretty cool. But you're like, I asked you if you're going to frame it. And I asked that
do you
genuinely
want?
sincerely.
I will give this to you to frame.
No, I mean, I said that Jenna wouldn't let me.
It is definitely signed by somebody. I don't know if it's signed by Wayne, but that
It
is
looks like Lil
Like
Wayne.
the signatures do differ across posters. And some skateboard wheels.
Yeah,
that
in
say
a-
like
in a
property
fanny pack, it looked
property of Young Money. The fanny pack comes like with your
laminate.
lanyard and shit. But
like. Worth every penny.
they're like handing them out if you like are showing your shit. And some guy like puts his hand out, and he like has the wheels in his hand, and the person's like, "Oh no, for him," and gives it to me. I'm like, "No, you can have them," and I hand them to him.
Try to
And
gank your wheels.
This woman's like, and I was like, "Can I have some?" And she's like, "No, you gave yours away. You're just giving away my merch. He didn't have VIP. This is VIP only." I'm like, "Oh, okay. So I don't need the skateboard wheels."
Sorry, Mrs. Officer. my bad.
But then the dude was like, "Hey, yo, my man," and like the guy handing them out, and he like tossed me some skateboard wheels through the crowd. Just like it was like a ba 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 ba.
Yeah, just fucking right in the bread basket.
Randy Moss that shit.
Damn, shout out to Wheezy, dude. I love him, bro.
Great show. Show.
Hit me up on IG if you want to have a personal conversation about how I rank the Carters. I
Absolutely.
won't belabor James on the pod.
2 number 1. 2's your 1.
Oh, we are doing it. Yeah, 2 is number 1, and then my
Just do it.
2 is number 1. And by the way, I'm only ranking the first 3 because those are the only Carters that matter. And my kind of swerve is that I go 2, then 1, or just the Carter, and then 3 is actually, despite it being the last rap record that sold 1 million in a week, and one of those early rap records to get like, in the 9s on Pitchfork from the hipsters, that would actually be my third, pulling up the rear. Though still very good. There are some stinkers on that one.
For sure.
Yeah.
So this episode, that'll be the Carter.
I mean, welcome to the Carter. Or what about the Carter? What are we at the Carter? Let's do the Carter 7. How many Carters are there? And we'll be the 7th or the 8th. There might be 8 Carters, bro. I'm telling you.
There's 5. There's 5.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought we were already on 6. So this is the Carter 6. This is the Carter.
This is the
so hold
Carter.
on to your teenage daughter.
Yeah, this is the Carter 6.
We are
We're
the
dropping
Carter,
Carter 6.
The Carter 6. V11. VII. 5.
VI.
That's Oh yeah, 6. You're right. VI, not 7. Sorry, I got a little confused, bro. I'm good with the numerals, bro.
My
Again,
guy is
my
retarded.
Latin upbringing.
Did you smoke that autism marijuana?
Apparently, dude, that Mensa pack, as you said. Okay.
All right, so I was at the Wayne show all night, so I missed everything that was going on with the fucking Love is Blind flop with the Succession new episode.
Yeah.
And I guess something that you were very upset about, the Frank Ocean
Well,
live at Coachella live stream that fucking didn't happen.
Yeah, no, I wasn't upset, but I definitely was like gonna watch it. Like, I know that if you were home, you're not gonna pull it up, right?
No. What time
First
was
of all,
it?
very late. It would have been.
What time was that?
Well, forget about the fact that he went on an hour and a half late, apparently, which people were super pissed about. We can get into like all of the reasons that people were butthurt surrounding Mr. Bro. But no, I think it would have been like around midnight, 12:30.
No,
I was
no,
ready
no,
to
not
pull
much
it up.
of that. Not much of that, no.
Well, do you like Frank Ocean?
Yeah, I like his shit. These bitches want Nikes. And I do love.
Yeah, they do.
And I do love that. I do love how he finessed Def Jam so hard that you still cannot say his name in those hollowed halls.
People were super butthurt about the endless bait and switch.
Yeah. Well, the one thing that he dropped the
Endless.
yeah
The one
yes.
song.
Sorry,
album.
I thought you meant it was
No.
endlessly bait and switching.
It's
Yeah.
called Endless.
No, he like fulfilled his contract and then dropped Channel Orange, right?
No, he dropped a Blonde.
Okay.
But honestly,
Yeah, they missed out on all that fucking cake.
well, I feel like, right, knowing, like, if it was just...
That's awesome. That's finesse of the century. But
Ultimate
a bit of an omen for his fans later
who
on.
have been getting finessed for years.
My guy's the scammer sultan.
I've seen him live. I think I saw him. He did Panorama Festival at Randall's Island, I believe. Well, I know it was in 2017, and I think he did maybe it was 1 or 2 shows there, but I saw that live, and I thought that was the one, remember, Spike Jonze is filming it, and Brad Pitt is, like, crying. I wasn't there for that night.
He had headphones on?
Night. Yeah. But that was the thing where he doesn't really perform live, and I remember the whole narrative around that. Well, first of all, this is embarrassing, but, like, I was, like, on shrooms and drugs with a bunch of fellow Frank stans. It was like a grailed outing. We went with a bunch of grailed people that love Frank. And I remember, like, this is so embarrassing, but like being moved kind of to tears. And I was like, this is an amazing, I thought it was really fucking transformative.
Just like
it was
Brad
amazing.
Pitt.
Yeah, for real. Yeah. I was for night 1. I was me crying instead of you got Brad Pitt on night 2.
Chad Pitt.
He had Brad lit. I can see why if you paid, because everyone is very upset about this, and I get
How
that.
how much are Coachella tickets? And like obviously leaving out like the fact that you had to travel and like live there for 3 days.
They gotta
like
be
$1,000,
if not more, right? Depending on what like level of access you have. But yeah, if you're one of these Frank stans that has been waiting 6 years since Panorama, and you go there for him, and you're expecting, the world. One, you kind of played yourself because he's never been that guy.
GA starts at $550, so like that's.
Do you think people buy those and then they'll flip them? So like, does anyone?
Yeah, of course.
Right. But I'm saying like, do the bots eat on GA, or do like normal people get GA and actually go?
Oh, I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
The Wayne tickets were reselling for like $1,000,
Well, that's got to be because it's Harlem and the Apollo, right?
and there's only like 1,400 tickets.
And
in
this
New York.
might be. I don't think.
Also, he said that. Sorry, not to go back to Wayne,
No.
but because he got busted here with guns, he said that he was never going to perform in New York ever again.
Damn, I wonder when the last time he would have, like, it's probably been a minute, maybe as long as Frank.
Anyway.
Yeah, so I mean, listen, there was rumors throughout the day that both Bjork and Frank weren't going to be live streamed, and that ultimately came to fruition. And, like, this whole narrative that, like, Coachella hates poor people or Frank hates its fans, like, I think that's, like, a bit extreme. I mean, also, like, welcome to Earth. Like, this is how, like, did anyone think that Coachella was for the people ever, right?
I don't think Frank hates his fans. I think he's... No, I don't think he's actively sabotaging his
he
fans.
hates himself.
I think he just doesn't care about them. Where he's like, oh, like I'm the genius. I'm the lone solo, the lonely genius who,
Oh, you think he buys his own hype and is leaning into a caricature? Because I just think he doesn't want to make music anymore, right?
Maybe. Hence, just cock rings.
Hence Homer, and like, oh, my favorite thing that people were mad about is no merch. Like that was blasphemous. Like what?
So
like,
funny.
Like that is gonna. I can understand him coming on super late. And then the set being cut short due to the curfew, and
which apparently is bullshit, right? Because everyone else went late.
The
other 2 nights.
I think he did go late, like 20 minutes. My thing is like he's like, all right, any excuse to just fucking shut it down.
Yeah, as long as
it
check
seems
clears.
like to me, my reading is self-sabotage. Like he's there for the like. I would bet that for the 2 shows, I'm gonna guess he's getting somewhere in the realm of $20 million.
Do you think he's
I
gonna?
really think it's that much money.
Do you think the second weekend is gonna be as much a shit show as Weekend 1?
Well, you can think about it 2 ways. Now the bar is so low that like No pun intended. But I feel like there's no way it could go worse. But at the same time,
I guess now like
he also is like, well, the expectations are in the basement, so fuck it. Let me just phone in another one.
Well, he's made up his mind about not having an ice skating rink.
I wonder if that's true. Because this goes back to like Kanye and Coachella never being able to agree. Because it's like, if I'm the headliner, because all these people perform throughout the day before me, but I need some amazing setup just for me. And Frank's apparently was an ice rink.
I don't know.
That they then had to melt down. I mean,
know.
that rumor seems almost so ridiculous
Which
that
is
it
hard
must
to
be
do
true.
It gets cold. It gets cold in the desert.
Well, that's what people were saying. We were waiting an hour and a half and we were freezing.
Just like people there with hair dryers just trying to melt the fucking ice.
Right. Well, I guess there was, and again, I only saw clips. I didn't see the live stream, but I guess there was a lot of extras or dancers or whatever, like milling around, and the whole thing was like, yeah, those people were supposed to be doing a choreographed skate routine and didn't get to do it.
It was Frank Ocean on ice.
Apparently,
Frank Ocean, the
dude.
fucking ice capades. That
Yeah.
what it was gonna be.
Yeah, Frank on ice, dude. Blonde on ice.
I don't think that like yes, Frank Ocean like
I love him, bro. I don't care.
legendary and like the music's very good and
Uh-huh.
all that, but like
Three classics.
But him putting on, as like that type of music, is that what you want to see on like literally the biggest stage in the
When
world?
I saw
like
him
could the set production or stage production like of a live Frank Ocean show like actually live up to what people wanted?
Right, and it's never going to be Beyonce or like fucking, I don't know, Bieber or even Drake. But I will say, when I saw him live at Panorama, there was no, besides the Spike Jonze behind the lens doing the fucking, cinematography for the TV screen. That aside, it kind of felt very intimate, and I know that's like his music by nature, but to me, I almost liked that it was so kind of pared back, very much like you're saying, this like lonely genius kind of like pouring his heart out. But the fact that he didn't even really do that, where it was like speaking of backing vocals, letting the backing vocals go, kind of meandering around stage, not even necessarily being on the big screen, like the videographer was kind of like hitting more like kind of ambiance, and Frank is just like hanging out and like kind of just grooving like to his own music. People are like, wow, he can't even like perform for us. So that's almost like really hurting feelings.
You know what? Maybe it's more that Frank's fans are just not cerebral enough to get it.
Right.
You wouldn't get it.
Yeah, I feel for those people. But
were you not just watching Frank on TV when you saw him live on mushrooms?
We were there for couldn't even tell you. I don't even think we saw anybody else. So we got like we posted up and got ready for it. So we had good seats. But yeah, you're watching the screen for sure. But that's what, again, people are complaining like, so you're watching the screen, but he's not even on the screen because he's like dodging.
I couldn't watch my Frank TV show.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I
mean, look, if you're already going to Coachella, you're probably a fucking idiot to begin with.
I see both sides like Chanel.
Do you? You've never
really
been.
do.
You've never been. It is not worth it.
No, I know I've never been. I'm just saying, like, I can see how someone could be butthurt, and then I can also be like, what the fuck did you expect, guys?
Exactly. So. It does suck. The one time I went, I was kind of like, this is fucking terrible in all ways, in every aspect of the 3 days that I was there. And it didn't help that I was staying with like a bunch of SoCal like extreme sports enthusiasts.
Yeah.
I saw one guy who wasn't even staying at the house, just like showed up, cut a line that was like this long.
Fire.
And just did it.
Did the whole thing. It wasn't even
and then
communal activity.
And then walked out.
So it's the Grandpa Simpson meme, but he just does a big line and then walks right out. Yeah. Just looking for a table. Grabbed
a rescue water and it just fucking bounced.
He's like, let me see what this hype's all about. So he does the biggest line of all time and then tries the rescue water.
But like the one kind of like,
you didn't go to see music.
I did try and see some music. I don't remember who, but
okay.
No, but like obviously, I mean, it's kind of going back to like how I like watching like the crowd of the spectacle as much as like the spectacle itself. Like the people watching is unreal.
Were you guys vipped up? Like, did you have good access?
Yeah, and even with that, which basically just means like you have access to bathrooms and water. And this was like 7 or 8. This was like 7 or 8 or 9 years ago, so it's not like even Coachella, the behemoth that it is now. I mean, it was still like peak festival, but it's like in terms of culture, but it wasn't like NFT Coachella. But you do see like kids that are like, yo, I live in fucking bumfuck North Dakota. I'm coming here to like satiate my entire year's worth of like music because like nobody comes to my fucking town.
Right.
Whereas like we're spoiled. We live in New York. We can go see whoever we want, at any point during the year.
Yeah.
So there's that. But like, yeah, like
But
to go to Coachella and expect like a flawless experience is
No.
fucking stupid.
Which is funny too to see. Like, I think Jai Paul, people were also like, some people are very happy that he's like, you know, back to making music. He's in the right headspace, but he's performing for the first time. I think like his like less than ideal performance as well. I saw some criticism that it seems like people were giving him a longer rope because it's more of like, we're happy to have you back. And obviously Frank is much more famous and has much more rabid fans. But it's funny to see basically both of these guys, Jai Paul and Frank Ocean, do like basically a shitty job for what you paid for, but like to give this like the cuter guy who's like, you know, he's nervous. Jai Paul's nervous, like to give him the rope. Whereas like Frank, who we haven't seen for fucking 6+ years, if it's not flipping, you know, cock rings or getting fucking sniped while riding his bike around Soho, people like giving that man no rope, like expecting perfection when it's like this man hasn't done this in forever.
He's everything like, oh, you wouldn't get it. Like, this is the whole commentary on the festival. Like, you know,
We'll
the
see.
fact that there were like the extras mingling around, they were meant to be on the big screen because they represent you.
Why fuck with him and that he'll never address this? Like next weekend will be another. We'll see what it is. Maybe it's a shit show. Maybe it's not. But like, no. Here's the thing: people want answers. Like that's fan culture. That's fan service, and you're never gonna get it from this man. And you just gotta suck it up. You gotta be a big boy. You gotta be big boys and big girls and suck it up. Sorry.
Turns out the only, I guess, person that had a successful Coachella performance was Blink-182.
Which also, like, I watched a little of that. I'm like, yikes, this does not sound good. And I love those guys.
Well, Travis is one of the
besides
is
Travis
a fire drummer. Mark beat cancer.
Yeah, true.
He sounded good.
Yeah.
Tom DeLonge.
That was
I think
my
his
issue.
alien abduction did something to him. He's like,
Well, he was never abducted by aliens. He just acknowledges that they do exist. He was never probed.
His Tom DeLonge accent has like even like transcended the parody of that people do of him.
Well, he was always the one that obviously he had bigger fish to fry, like, you know, proving that there's intelligent life out in the universe.
Which he did.
But he was the one that always was like in and out, and most recently came back. I gotta imagine that's also for a check, despite whatever they're telling the press. But
they're touring.
He doesn't.
They're doing a whole
and
reunion
the new
tour.
record is coming out again. I think it's probably a cash grab. I'm happy for them. He does not sound good.
He was also
And
doing
this is
this
from
like
a Blink fan.
he was stanced up in a way where his like knees were like turning inward.
They kinda,
like, bro,
that's
you're gonna
kinda like
fucking
the long stance.
you're gonna like you're gonna tear an MCL. What are you doing?
I will say, as you get older, the guitar gets higher and higher, and it just doesn't hit the same as like shredding down at your fucking like shins.
Yeah.
Anyway, shout out Blink, dude. We're happy that you guys.
Their
are back.
stage small talk was like, oh, he's talking about my mom's pussy. It's like, what? Like,
They're old, man.
they're like 50.
Yeah, I felt bummed because I don't ever want to be a hater, even when it like with Wayne or these people that like and Blink-182, like I've been a fan of since I was like a literal child. It's not. They
Well,
don't
this is
have
the
it.
new thing, right?
It
Is
is
like
what it
just
is.
nostalgia tours. Like
Which
Blink
there's-
going on tour,
but
Wayne
there's
going
va-
on
then
tour.
there's value in that. I don't want to be a hater. I mean, I don't know what's the most. And obviously, you guys paid a little bit for the Carter VIP experience, but like, I'm willing to admit publicly that like after our Drake plug kind of fell through, even though we might have surfaced.
may have
we might have surfaced a
resecured a
second plug volume 2, version 2.0. This is a damning fucking revelation. I paid $780 for Drake 21 Savage. It's all Blur
Barclays.
tickets. Though it is an interesting. So I'd never known anyone who did this, but a friend of a friend, he put a box at Barclays on his credit card, fucking points, whatever it is, 14 grand or whatever. And I believe the occupancy of the box is you can get 16 people. So he was like just basically getting a crew together, of which now I am one of these 15 other people now. And yeah, that's what it costs.
That's not a bad. I mean, ticket prices are out of control. Period.
For that tour was wild.
Ticket prices are out of control, and like it's honestly not a bad deal because you have bathroom access, you have
And
free
beer,
drinks,
free beer.
free
Yeah.
food.
I don't think there's food, which was
there's
a
not gonna be
bummer.
like chicken fingers in there.
I don't think so. I think it's just that
Whatever.
Beer fridge.
All right, so you're gonna drink 15 beers.
Well, that's the thing.
Which, like,
I don't think those beer fridges get restocked. I think you just like get use it or lose it. So I'm like, maybe I'll get 3. I hope I'm wrong.
Oh, you're gonna use it.
No,
Wear some end of your garments. Just stuff your pockets with
honestly
beers.
just Michelob Ultras all
it's
over
like,
the place.
Oh, I don't. We're all looking for the guy that took the beers. We're all looking for him. We're all looking for the guy that did this.
I don't know if that amount of money is going to shock and appall the audience when Jenna has never been more, because we've been getting along real well recently. She was so fucking pissed. Thanks, bro. Well, I'm just saying everything was going great till I dropped the fucking bill on her.
Well,
ass.
Drake is a fucking city boy, and he ruined all the goodwill that you built up with your wife, bro.
I really hope the second plug comes through, which would be an MSG show, because I don't want to see it at Barclays. I would rather see it at MSG.
Barclays is a shitty place to see
It's
concert.
always it's a worse venue.
Better food.
Just logistically. Again, like I'm not going there for like the food. I can get good food regardless.
I mean, you were going kind of crazy at the Rangers game with the food.
Yeah, but that's because I had to. I didn't know if I would ever be welcomed back into the Delta Lounge, dude.
That's true.
I had to fucking, again, speaking of use it or lose it, I had to sample all of the wares.
I know. Yeah.
Anyway.
Enjoy all the meats of the cultural stew. Well, we are, speaking of Coachella, we are going to Coachella. Kind of.
We're going to Palm Springs.
We're going to the Eye of the Storm. All right, here's what happened.
Wait, you don't spoil it.
I'm not going to spoil any names, but there was a guest they were both very excited about, where they were like, "Yo, when do you want to? Oh, we're down. He's down. When do you want to do it?" And we're like, "I'm just pitching random dates." I'm like, "Oh, like we're traveling. When were we traveling recently? Where were we?
In Evans, Georgia.
Yeah, it's like, oh, we got like the Masters thing. I think we had something before that. Oh, like Stockholm. How's like mid-April? Like how's like Wednesday, April 19th? Say, and they're like, great, done. They're in Palm Springs. You have to go to Palm Springs, and we're like, fuck.
Between weekends 1 and 2, God damn it.
I was like, all right, cool, bet. Say less. And then I'm like, wait a second. Why am I getting like a bad feeling about this date? And I Google when's Coachella, and it's fucking like
smack dab.
April 15th, April 22nd. We are in the fucking heart of darkness.
Will anyone even be there? I mean,
some people stay, right?
Yeah.
Like,
yes, I don't know. You tell me.
I don't know, but I mean, we did book.
How rich are they?
We got tickets at Margaritaville for like seemingly pretty cheap.
Oh my God, I forgot about
that. Not tickets. We're staying at that hotel.
We're staying at the Margaritaville Hotel for
in Palm Springs.
I can't. Oh my, that's right. It's funny because Jenna was like, "Where are you staying?" Because we're doing hotels this time. We're done with the Airbnbs.
What do you say when Jenna goes, "Oh, so like 1 year flights? Where are you staying?"
I'm like, I can't remember, but I'm like, I'll tell you when I get there, basically. but I forgot that we were gonna do like a more like millennial social media friendly hotel in Palm Springs that I'm probably underselling. Kind of looked pretty good, but I forgot that we're like, oh no, wait, we're gonna stay at Margaritaville, dude. Fuck, that's gonna be sick. Or a disaster. Yeah. Either way, good for content.
Either way,
yeah,
we'll be in and out. But yeah, so we're going to LA, into the heart of darkness, the eye of the storm of Coachella between weekends. There is a chance that we can try and finesse our way into the AVN Pornhub Awards.
Oh, yeah, I can't wait.
Which
I'm going to be talking about being starstruck. Fuck Coachella, bro.
I'm like, star-fucked. Well, not happening. But we do have some. I mean, one of the guys that we could hit up to get us in is this week's guest, which is Diplo. Finally, we recorded this shit like in February.
Yeah, there's a lot
of
a
favor.
Big red boots talk.
Do yourself a favor. I was already like, it was the weekend of the big red boots. You were like, oh, we were doing the fit check. He's not wearing them, and you're like, yo, let's talk about the big red boots over there. I'm like, no.
I might have opened Pandora's box a
Pandora's
little bit.
big red box.
Pandora's big red box. But then he was like, oh, they're right here, and he got his assistant to pull them up, and it's like, okay, that to me was like even.
Yeah, so if you want to skip,
he was trying to relate with us on a base level.
He was trying to hang with the boys. If you want to skip Big Red Boots talk, I think it's like minute 5 to like minute 35.
No, it's not that bad. But outside of that, what a fucking barn burner heater! This man is built to pot. He says anything. It's absurd.
It was wild.
Which I get why he has the reputation that he has.
Yeah, and he was also just like, fuck that. Like, fuck, why do I care about the reputation? He was just like talking. He was on acid, so there's that.
He was tripping.
He was on LSD.
The second guest on the pod ever to be on acid.
Who's the first?
The Loopers.
Oh, that's right.
But it is the Loopers, from what I remember, speaking of the last time we were in LA, that was like a pure mayhem, crazy energy pod. This is like, I think you and I also more than usual were like, let him cook, take a step back. He was going off. Maybe one of the better pods we've ever done, truly. Yeah. Coming out tomorrow.
Yes. Yeah, so that will happen while we're on a flight. No, while we're driving to Palm Springs.
Yeah.
To interview this other absurd, incredible guest that fucking coin flip if it's going to be good or not, but like my money's on yes, but also like
but we were never not going to do it. It's like that level that we're going to do it.
Yeah. The other thing,
roll the dice, flip the coin, as they
so
said.
Typical Jimmy and Larry take over LA. We'll be fucking potting our asses off, eating good in the neighborhood. But the one thing
at Applebee's, we're gonna be posting up at Applebee's.
The one thing that's different, besides just staying in hotels instead of a shitty Airbnb in fucking Skid Row, East Hollywood,
gross,
is that you might get a tattoo with me on Friday.
Well, yes. And, shout out fucking Lou, a.k.a. Mr. Blue. You have been trying to get a Mr. Blue tattoo since he moved to LA.
No. So we were going back and forth, and when he was still in New York, and he's like, "Yo, I got COVID." I'm like, "Oh fuck!" Like when we had some shit scheduled.
Oh, this is like going back to like Omicron.
Yeah, and then like I had COVID. Like it was always just the timing never worked out. And he's like, "Yo, I'm moving to LA." I'm like, "Oh fuck."
Yeah, I think he's been in LA for like a year almost.
It's coming up on a year. So I was like, "All right." Like I tried to see him last time we were there, but there's no time.
Yeah.
He was in New York when I was not here, I believe. Actually, no, he hasn't been back to New York yet. But we locked it in. We have a soft tentative hold.
Yeah.
He's like, "Yo, I'm down to give Lawrence his first ever tattoo." And
What
are you down? Is the question.
Yeah, so I was talking to Jenna about the only issue. So
How many does she have? Like 17?
Yeah, she has a lot. I mean, they're all small hot girl tattoos. But I will say that I love Mr. Blue. Like I think his style is sick, which is again why anyone in their right mind who would want a tattoo would be fiending after him specifically. His shit is fucking awesome. One of I think the best doing it right now in terms of like
Out of all the tattoo artists you follow,
so many, dude.
Him, John Boy,
Dr. Wu, fucking John Boy,
Bang Bang.
Yeah.
Yo, he's one of the best out there right now.
Yo, he's next up out of fucking Atlanta. No, shout out fucking Lou. No, I think I'm gonna have to just pick from like a book, like The Flash.
He only does Flash.
Yeah, I mean, he has a lot to choose from though.
His Flash book is crazy, and he's dropping new shit. Like, what's so annoying is when people are like, "Yo, I have 20 Flash tattoos," and like, "Oh, sorry, these 18 are like already
so
done."
what are you gonna get? Well, first of all, let's see. What are you gonna get, and then I'll tell you some. I'll throw some things out after looking at his Instagram.
So I'm confident enough where I'm just gonna go through his like sheets of Flash and just be like, "Oh, that."
But you're going arms. You're going above the waist for the first time ever.
Yeah, I want to go right here, but also that depends on like what if something speaks to me and it doesn't work here, then we'll just fucking wing it.
Yeah. So Jenna's advice to me, and maybe you can
hear it.
chime in here. She said, for your first tattoo, she goes, let's be realistic. Are you gonna want to like see it every day? And because I was like, maybe I'll do something like behind on the back of my arms, like tricep area, or I don't know. Definitely not legs. I want to go upper body. But when she said that, I was like, you know what? Like, if I'm gonna get my first tattoo as a 36-year-old man, partially for content because I'm a glutton for punishment and I clearly fucking hate myself and have no future. I do kind of want to see it. I want to be reminded that I have it. So like. So I'm looking on his Instagram and I was just throwing shit out to Jenna. What about like some type of animal, maybe like a Black Panther,
like Black Panther,
like a panther, but
like Wakanda?
No, not like Wakanda forever, but like I think I have panther qualities about me.
What, you're like sleek and
Ferocious,
black?
Okay, so maybe not on that. There was some other like.
I mean, his style is like what's known as like folk tattoos. Like it's like rough. It's kind of crude. It's like it's not like the new whatever. Go check his shit out. It's very fire.
Yeah.
In terms of seeing it every day,
yeah.
What I would say, and I can't really speak to this because my shit's like always like mostly covered up.
You can see them if you're wearing shorts, is what I mean.
You kind of. And maybe this like speaks to just like each person, but like you kind of they just become part of you. It's like seeing your thumb every day.
I'm not gonna be precious with it. I want to get it, and now that like we know Lou is booked, and like we're talking about it now, it's almost like fuck it. I don't know. What about a hand? Is that crazy?
Hands as your first one, that's kind of aggressive. Yeah. I mean, he only posts finished handwork. Hand is crazy and also like mad painful from what I hear.
I kind of I'm not.
Also, hand stuff fades pretty quickly.
That's what Jenna,
relative
Jenna
to like
always
other
has
stuff.
to get her shit touched up all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously this is rich coming from someone who's never gotten a tattoo, but I feel like
neck.
No. But as someone who like when I'm getting like my teeth cleaned or like I like pain kind of a little bit.
Okay, then you're gonna like this.
So yeah, well, definitely. And I've always
you like getting spanked.
It's funny. Pain, not so much in the bedroom necessarily.
Okay,
but just like the physical sensation.
Like your balls fucking clamped.
Yeah, right. But yeah, I think hand would be cool. First of all, my parents are gonna be
maybe don't start
in tears like a Frank Ocean fan.
Maybe don't start with hand.
Okay,
maybe just don't start with hand.
Here's another one that I thought was really funny and might be like kind of like a perfect Larry tattoo because Jenna again is like, I know you're being cavalier about it and you say this now because like you're not literally on the table. She's like, it should probably have some meaning. So when I was scrolling on Lou's Instagram, I saw, and he, shows these, these collages of all these different things. There was a funny one it was a clown and it just says clown. And I was like, that could be pretty, I was like, that's kind of funny, but like also like,
do you want the word clown tattooed on you forever?
I basically live my life as a jester already.
I know, but like it's show not tell, right? If you literally have clown,
totally, yeah.
you would have clown here. Like,
well, it's a folky clown, and then it says clown under it. So maybe I just
I
do
know
the
that one.
clown.
I know that one. It's a little like steampunky. Like,
Really?
Like a fucking like it's like the Bodie clown suit. You know, it's like
sure. That's not steampunk as it is, but
it's like twee steampunk. Like you know, it's
little,
like
little Pinterest wedding type bullshit.
Yeah, exactly.
There
Small
was
house.
another one of like because then I was like maybe I do something about JB because I love her, or she was even saying maybe something with Pepper. I don't know about that.
Okay.
But with JB, I was like, well, instead of again being explicit with like her name, which is bad luck, or initials, there was one that was like a couple with like cheers and wine. It said like date night. I was like, that could kind of be like a stupid funny, but like if anyone asks, I'm like, oh, it's for my wife.
Yeah.
That could be good.
Yeah.
But again, do I just want that?
Also,
like,
you keep pointing
right on my forearm.
So you keep pointing in her forearm. Is that what you want to do?
She was. That's what she was like. Do forearm.
All right.
We'll have to see.
That'd be hard. You should maybe go on your right hand to balance out all the metal on your left. I don't know.
Oh, my right arm. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. Oh, you know what I mean? Like, because my right hand.
Right arm.
Yeah, I don't know. How much time do we have with
Time
him?
will tell. He just wants to hang out. He's like, yo, like, we'll bring some beers.
Sick.
Bring some beers over. We'll just
Hell
like
yeah.
hang.
You
All
were
right.
saying, and I don't know. I don't want to promise this because I don't know logistically, but like potting from the sesh.
No,
Because we are going
I
to be
don't-
potting
I
on
think
Friday
that's just too
for
many-
us, boys.
Yeah, just too many variables. Like,
The
who knows?
I think the. Bzzz,
Yeah, like his home studio looks fire.
bzzz- No, just keep talking. I want to see how it's.
His home studio looks fire, and it would be like visually very interesting. And he has a
Yeah.
lot of like tchotchkes, and I think one of his like side things now is like kind of like collecting and selling like interesting antiques.
Oh yeah, he's an interiors guy for
But
sure.
I don't know that it would be necessarily like also like you want to be in the chair, and it would be a good distraction, I guess, from the pain. But also, it sounds like you want to focus on the pain,
Yeah.
brother.
Also, it's a shame that Friday we have to record for various logistical reasons because Lou would have been a great Friday fiasco.
Yeah, for sure.
People fucking are like obsessed with him. Bro.
Yeah.
He's the real. That's what I get. I'm telling you, he's top in the game.
Yeah, he's
I'm
up
not
there.
lying,
for sure.
folks.
No, he's
Yeah.
like my number one.
So you're gonna get 2 or 1. Was that your debate too?
I guess it depends on timing and like it depends on timing, size,
Sure.
like not cost, but like it's gonna be. I don't want to. I'm not just trying to spend like all night getting fucking tatted like a rapper.
And I also don't want to like rush the process of like literally flipping through every page and really trying to think about it. Kind of philosophically about like again versus like walking away with I got a Black Panther on me. That's me now. I don't know. Call me T'Challa.
Get the Black Panther.
I mean, it just because I'm just
A guy puts the Chad in Chadwick.
Yeah, it just looks hard though. But
Really?
but then
Okay.
that's like
Send it to me.
But that's also again maybe not the best reason to just get your first tat. But it's also like so stupid that I'm doing this that it's almost like
A
who
Black
cares?
Panther. I mean, but so many people have that. Like, what's like the Black Panther where it looks like it's like climbing up your leg?
With like Eve on her titties, the claw
No,
mark?
it's like it's like
ripping out like coming out of your skin type shit.
no. What the
Oh,
fuck? No,
that's
it's not some, like hardo like sci-fi shit. No, I feel like there's some tattoos that so many people have. There's like the boxer, right? The old timey boxer.
Oh, sure, totally.
There's like people that have
I
like
love our mom.
people that have like a fucking like like a beet,
Knife?
like a radish, a knife. Yeah,
A
knife.
radish. What is that? That's a chef thing.
A lot of like food people, yeah. Like scissors. People have a lot of fucking scissors.
Oh, Jenna, speaking of that, like people getting like something that relates to their career, she's like, you get like a microphone. I'm like,
Don't do that.
Oh, that's pretty
okay,
fucking
Ice
bad.
Cube. Oh, no, wait. LL Cool J has the big microphone.
I was gonna say
with
it
the wire.
sounds like some shit like if you put a gun to my head, you're like, does Yellow Wolf have a microphone on his body somewhere? I'd be like,
Yeah,
yes,
absolutely.
100%, without a doubt. So yeah,
Well, I
maybe
mean,
not the best.
Wayne definitely does.
And then she was like, if you do pepper, maybe like a chili pepper.
but she has that.
Maybe more of a reason to get one to like have, and not exactly the same. Like, I don't want to get matching tattoos, but like we both have something for the pup. And maybe that does hit the hand. I don't know.
What about a pepper mill?
I do love some freshly cracked black.
You do.
Dude. No, come on, dude. Don't fucking.
Could have said black pepper.
No, but people. Context is king.
If
Dude.
you want to get the Black Panther.
Damn, now you fucking sound like
forever.
MFA, bro. Just hating, bro. Everything taken
Nah,
out of
I
context.
really don't know what you're talking about because I didn't read that thread.
I know. We're not gonna do it. I really want to read you some of the mean. It's so bad, dude. They hate us. Did you know that we were that hated in like the nerd community?
I think so. I think I got a taste of that when we got into our online Twitter beef.
We're too chatted up for the dweebs.
I think we're too handsome. And we're too,
I
like,
don't, well, according to them, it ain't that.
I think we're too confident in ourselves and
Yeah.
not like following the fucking sheep of like, oh, like the tie's got to be like, people are gonna be like, oh my god, the button down is like with the fucking big pants.
Or honestly, they'd be like, oh, like his shirt is too big. It's like, yeah, intentionally, and it like looks sick.
Right.
Suck my dick.
All
From
good.
Z back.
We're gonna save this for I think next time because this is Oh, you want to get into it?
No, let's talk more. The AI
right.
Drake Weeknd song. We should just give this like 5 minutes.
Oh, I was even talking about this. I was talking about this.
my
You want to
bad.
talk about the AI Drake? What if AI Drake performs at Barclays?
The one thing I want to say about the AI Drake that bothers me, like everyone's listened to it, it's good for sure. It's a little bop, but this idea of all of the like, you know,
It does have Drake bars.
but the Web 3.0 guys are such simps, whether it's crypto, then NFT, and now like AI. And I understand that, like, for better or worse, AI is going to change the world we live in, and it's neither here nor there.
Profound.
Well, you know, but this idea.
Get that tattoo. Yo, get AI tattooed on you.
But the fucking tweet that's going viral where it's like, this is absolutely hard as fuck. It's like, sounds like a kind of Drake throwaway Lucy. And if you told me that the Weeknd and Drake, after so many years of not having a song together, were dropping something, I would expect something way more epic and better. AKA, I do not think that AI is going to change the music industry forever. It's going to trick some motherfuckers.
I don't know.
Just
but
like,
also,
you
like,
know, fucking deep fakes are going to, you know, trick your parents into, you know, becoming more politically extreme for sure. But that song was,
You don't
it's
think-
a throwaway.
if you're Drake or
Throwaway
if you're Frank Ocean, you don't think like, yo, make a Frank Ocean song and it spits something out and you're like, all right, improve that. Okay, like make it
maybe.
better. Add that hook, and then it's done. Like if I'm the record label who are like panicking and like, oh, like we're UMG is like the leader on this,
Yeah.
right? Where they're like they're suing whatever the fuck, or they're like blocking everything.
I think they should, by the way. I stand with the label. I don't want the fake shit.
Same with the man.
Yeah, I do kind of stand with the man on this one, unfortunately. But it is funny listening to the song and you're like, oh yeah, it's a Drake bar. Like
Yeah.
that would. But
It's like, oh yeah, he does pronounce things kind of weird sometimes.
yeah, well, the way that Bieber is pronounced
Bieber.
is well, it's something. I don't even. It's kind of.
Bieber.
It's kind of like how you said I have this like affectation, this little lisp. It's kind of like that.
Well, that's not a list because there's no S in there.
No, well, okay, well, some type of affectation, regardless. I was like, that's pretty fucking funny, and like Drake would actually never do this, so maybe that's like actually a little bit of improvement from the bots. I don't know, but yeah, it's not that good of a. It's going viral for being like this, like the new song of the summer. Like, okay, relax, people.
No,
Dude, it's going crazy because people are like, this is good. It's okay.
It's fine. The beat is good.
It's like a fake Metro. I think they do a fake Metro.
Yeah, they have a Metro tag up top. I use ChatGPT or AI to fucking help out, not with creating a fucking song of the summer banger, but we have some travel to Europe later, and I'm gonna extend it.
Yeah.
And I feel like researching travel is one of those things where it's like you're just paralyzed by information. Where it's like, where do you even fucking begin? Like, what is like the trusted what is a trusted resource on like travel to like if you want to do like
Condé Nast Traveler.
interesting
I don't know.
Yeah, but then like a million other people are reading that shit, and it's like that's
Sure.
the
No, I know.
paradox, right? Is like, oh, this gets a trusted cosign, but that means that it's the new like fucking Instagram town. right?
Well, for sure. And I will say that typically, I feel like the most trusted resource is typically travel influencers on Instagram. But you just got to get in early. You got to get in early. You got to get in often because that price.
Bro,
if you see an
I
influencer,
don't fucking know about that. That's kind of a basic. That's probably the most basic bitch thing you've ever said. I think
I'm
it's
not trying to pretend that I'm like some fucking deep cut world traveler. By the way,
Well, also it's all just like everyone is at this like Grant or Palm Heights hotel.
Oh, okay.
So someone's talking about this. Every fucking influencer right now is at this, including like even New York Nico's there.
Is it sick?
It looks kind of fire, but
So
it's
what the fuck are you
because
talking about?
this resort place got bought by some like VC like BlackRock
they're
ass
paying
motherfucker.
people.
They're just giving people trips for free.
I would love that. Someone needs to holler at us.
I think being a travel influencer would be gas.
Yeah.
But following a travel influencer, I think would be tough. But I used ChatGPT. I was like, yo, what are some towns where there's like good food, interesting things to do, aren't going to be too crowded in this time period, like near the water, near vineyards.
Here's my upper limit on price.
This is like and what are some of the best restaurants in there, and what are some of the places to stay at, like, you know, underneath this budget. And
it was spitting out good shit.
while I didn't book or like lock in any of the specific recommendations,
Yeah.
it did kind of guide me. Like, it's a great way to like take like a fucking trove of information and like whittle it down
Yeah.
to like a few suggestions.
Got the ball rolling.
Got the ball rolling, and it was like at least helped me also just like so you know what you do, you're like, okay, what's this town? Google it. Where is it? Where's it like located in the triangulation of what you're trying to do? Oh, let me look up this shit on Instagram. Okay, looks kind of fire.
Yeah, absolutely.
Um,
You know, I've been doing this for years.
ChatGPT?
No, it's ChatJBT, who typically plans all my vacations for me.
Oh, your
AI
wife.
Yeah,
Your wife.
Thank
yeah.
you.
Yes. Yes. It is pretty. Your wife has been.
I thought that was funny.
Your wife has been. Your wife has been texting me about your flights.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, can you just do this with your fucking? Well, I'm not saying that because, you know, we love JB.
Whoa. Sorry,
Love
my
JB,
bad.
and I'm trying to, you know, not be nice to her, but I'm just like, yo, like,
No.
why are we planning Lawrence's flights together?
No.
This is absurd.
Well, the one thing I did learn is this is because we are going for work and we're both extending after the fact to take some time off. I've learned that for work we should be booking those flights together because you got the most amazing deal on the best way to travel, which is Emirates business class, and my window on that had based on the amount that you spend, aka the stipend that each of us have now moving forward.
Did you look today?
That window has closed. Yes, today we are looking at a lot more than you spent, my friend. You got
Really?
like literally the deal of the century.
Damn.
Today I was looking at over 12 grand.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
We looked at that sliding scale of Emirates business and like
I'm like in the green.
bro, I don't know what maybe it is this idea of booking on a Tuesday. I'm gonna try again tomorrow, or Jenna's gonna ChatGPT is gonna try for me again tomorrow. She's gonna I'm gonna run the algo while you and I are flying Delta Economy Plus or whatever.
I'm in steerage. I'm suffering on this flight.
Oh, you didn't. Oh no, that's right because you're. So it's kind of it's not evening out because dude, the Emirates business class, and I can't wait to hear about it. And we'll pod when should we say where we're going? I mean, it's not for a while, but
we're going to Milano.
I'm really excited to hear that's going to be the best part. I mean, I hope it's not. I'm not trying to put a demon on you. I think it might be like the highlight of the entire trip will be that flying business class.
I've done it once before. It is sick.
On Emirates.
On Emirates, yeah.
Wow.
When I flew to Dubai.
Damn, you saw the rich get richer. I've never even fucking tasted.
I was out like a light.
Out like a light.
Yeah.
Like a light. Slept through the flight. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, on the flight back because I'm flying back on a Sunday and I'm with all the Coachella motherfuckers. So
brutal, bro.
I'm in like row 55
Yikes.
of the one Delta flight that like made sense.
I will say like when we take these like puddle jumper shits to like Georgia, whether to Pod Atlanta or go to the Masters like we have been lately, like Comfort Plus and normal seats, there's no difference at all. But on this one to LA, I kind of feel for you, brother.
I mean,
you'll be fine.
I'll be fine. I'm the people's champ. I like slumming it.
Yeah.
You're
the people's champ,
slumming
bro.
it with the commoners.
Not according to fucking Reddit, you ain't, brother.
Oh, really?
No, I don't know. You gotta just read it. It's so mean.
I don't want to
read
funny.
it.
I don't want to. I just.
It honestly kind of improved my day because. Well, we don't need to get into it, but it is so the whole the way that now that we've had so many beefs with our own Reddit and others about a variety of things, what I've realized about that platform, generally speaking, is that everyone there acts like they are an expert and it is about a subject they know nothing about. So it's funny to
Welcome
read.
to the fucking internet.
Yeah, true. But even worse than normal. I guess Twitter is really bad in this way with the armchair experts or bench players talking like starters, whatever fucking analogy or phrase you want to use. It is 50 comments from people and we were on the front page for like a fucking week, bro, because
we get clicks.
We do. We put asses in seats. Say what you want. We put asses in seats. You're welcome. It is funny to hear 50 people that don't listen to our show then make wild...
Like Stephen A. Smith
make wild accusations and hot takes about us as people, about the show itself. It's really good. And there were some great ones. I wanted to read one to you that was so good, but the guy deleted it because I actually think he got downvoted because it was so wildly inaccurate.
Here's what I'm going to tell you, and then we can end this and save the food influencing for next time, I think. You want to get into it?
It is really... Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, the only thing I'll say on the AMA is that I feel like I've been in my fucking like
not our MFA.
Sure, whatever.
Not AMA. Well, AMA is our people.
The fucking ATM, the fucking ass to mouth. The ass to mouth breathers. I've been on my Rick Rubin shit with the Zen Jimmy, Jen Zimmy, where I told you I was like, don't take criticism from anyone you wouldn't take advice from.
Great point as always.
Great fucking quote. Here's another one. This was
Is this a Rick Rubin one?
No, this is actually a TikTok of the best life hacks you've seen on Reddit. So actually, Reddit came up with this one.
Shout out Reddit. Damn. Full circle moment.
It was...
Damn, Reddit moment.
Give anyone the most generous excuse or reason you can, and it'll help you exercise compassion and empathy. So if somebody is driving too slow, just be like, oh, you know what? That's a mother who has her child's birthday cake in the back. So she's driving extra careful.
Give him some rope. Give him some leeway.
I don't like this whole lynching fucking metaphor that you've been throwing around.
Jesus Christ.
Just saying. But hey, maybe that's because you were raised in a community where that was, I don't know. Generosity right there.
Out of pocket.
That's generosity right there.
Wait, so people on Reddit should give us some generosity.
So these subhumans on the subreddit, the ass to mouth breathers, I think it's that we're just having a bad day.
Oh, you're giving them generosity.
They're they see us posting free clothes that they probably want. They saw us maybe getting into a little tiff with one of their like fucking senpais on Twitter.
Sure.
And you know, they were just like,
Yeah.
I'm having a bad day at work. Let me just like fucking take a jab at these guys that do put themselves out there as public figures, and we will get that and at times deserve it.
Yeah.
And that's cool, man.
And
that's cool.
And you know what? These motherfuckers actually could learn a lot from Zen Jimmy, because if you don't like
Jen Zimmy.
Zen Jimmy.
Jen Zimmy.
Jen Zimmy. I hope that doesn't stick. They could learn a lot from Jen Zimmy by being like, you know what? This pod sucks. They talk over the guests. They're fat. They're stupid. They
called us fat?
Look like shit. No, they didn't. I'm just throwing that out there because I'm projecting. But they maybe, you know what? Maybe that pod you listen to, maybe we were having a bad day.
Yeah.
Why don't you fucking show love to get some love, as I always say?
And
just a fucking thought, people.
You know what I've been doing? I've been showing love to the fucking my fellow foodies in the food community. And just as we've become newly minted golf influencers,
Yep.
I am again, because there was a moment in the pandemic when I was on like crazy like food flow. I'm again a newly minted food influencer.
Well, not even food influencing, but for you, there's life after influencing. You are a full blown. You are NYC's hottest new restaurateur.
Oh, yeah. They call me Keith McDrippy.
Nope. Keep working on that, dude.
Keith McSlappy.
Yeah, somewhere in there. There's something.
All right, so a few things. One, I got invited to the fucking hottest food party of the year, the Allison Roman book launch.
Yeah, you did.
DJ'd by them jeans.
But that's old news. That was
fucking but you know, it's fucking.
Oh, you've been saving that
there.
flex for a minute.
I was there. You know, I'm not a sweets guy. The desserts were great, not too sweet. Highest compliment I could pay.
What's her book is all desserts?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
It's like don't be afraid to bake.
We should get her on the podcast.
She's been making
Inroads?
inroads, whatever. I don't know.
That's an inbound, so it's an inroad.
Jen Zimmy, all roads lead to Zen, baby.
All roads lead to Jen Zimmy, dude. Oh, and you did have a zin. You zinned up too.
I zinned up. That's a consumption through the mouth, so that counts as food. For the first time in like the 5 times I've zinned, I actually liked it.
It's awesome.
It was.
Dude.
I was riding fucking hot. No, it was the fourth quarter of the Knicks game, and I was with Dick Sucking Ron. And
is he a Zinner time fan?
He's a
Zinner.
He's a Zinfidel.
He's a Zinfidel.
Yeah, that's their group chat is the Zinfidels.
Oh, really? That's fire, dude. What flavor did you have?
Cool mint. And yeah, I mean,
not my favorite, but
the testosterone was going crazy. And
buzzing like a damn
and the
bee.
adrenaline. Yeah, so I was buzzing like a Zinfidel. Passes interference.
You want to just throw Zidney Sweeney? Zidney Sweeney.
Yeah.
Zidney Sweeney. Sorry, there it is.
Okay, I was invited onto a very big food podcast coming soon. No spoilers. I'm a restaurateur.
You should say that you were so kind.
Yes.
To be like, maybe we should do a double feature.
This is what I ask if anytime somebody asks me like, oh, do you want me and Lawrence? He's like, it's just a throwing fits
Lawrence.
thing. Lawrence.
That's a slur.
Did I?
Larry.
Yeah, Larry. Oh, do you want me? Are you reaching out to me because you want me and Larry? And the guy was like, all respect to Big L, but he doesn't really strike me as like a food or like home cook guy.
I think that's fair. Is it the pod about it's about what, eating out and cooking at home, or is it whatever you want?
I don't know. Okay. I don't listen to podcasts.
Yeah.
I just comment about them on fucking ass to mouth.
Nice.
Yeah. MFA.
Yeah.
Masters of Fine Arts.
Well done, dude. Masters of Fine Ass.
Yeah. Yeah. So going on that.
I'm not invited. Is the point?
You're not invited. He was like, all respect to Big L, but it seems like you have more of an interest in this, and like I'm sure, like I kind of want to. He's like, honestly, maybe it's like that's a talking point. Is that like this is an interest of yours, while it's not really an interest of his.
It's like cinema. It would be like the other way around.
It's like cinema.
Cinema, dude. Hell yeah, dude. So fucking.
And then yes, I am a part owner. I own about 0.00001% of like 2 restaurants.
That's a fairly recent development.
One exists, one doesn't yet.
Yeah.
But the one that doesn't exist yet had a pop up this past weekend at Leo, sold out of like fried oyster and fried shrimp sandwiches and canned peach and Creole cream cheese sandwiches in 90 minutes fucking flat.
They look good.
So you know it's a success. The fried oyster was like...
Anoop looks like he's going crazy, bro.
I'm fucking drooling right now. But the craziest
thing... You prefer the oysters to the shrimp just real quick?
Yeah, because fried oysters are rarer than... Like, they're common in, like, NOLA cuisine, but you don't... And Japanese cuisine, but you don't really get them outside of that, really.
Oh, so
Which I fucking love them.
as the foodie amongst us, can you
Dude, a fried oyster with tonkatsu sauce. Woo!
So when I'm watching you post these, this is now I think the second time that you've like pulled up to support your co-owner and your
Yes.
boy. Are these sandwiches? Is it New Orleans meets Japanese? Because the
No,
soft-boiled
no.
egg to me strikes as like in a Japanese sandal. They do those like
There
soft-boiled.
was no soft-boiled egg.
The egg in the middle of the sandwich.
No.
Bro, come on.
That might have been a shrimp. There was literally no egg.
What? I thought I saw a whole. There's a whole like runny yolk in the middle of those. No? Are you sure?
You might have seen somebody else post a midsection of a peach, a cross section of a peach.
Well, now I feel like I'm totally being gaslit. Later, off the show, and we can wrap this up. I want you to pull up your archive of those images.
I didn't get the peach and cream.
No, I know. I just want to see the sandwiches again because I could have. That's why I'm even asking this because I was like, oh, this is like some weird like East meets West thing.
Nah, it's like
Crazy. This is
like,
why I'm not invited to the podcast.
I know
because I don't know what a soft boiled egg looks like.
It's
apparently.
New Orleans style. It's New Orleans style cuisine, but like shit, like not like po' boys and like raw
Right.
and like oysters, like not like raw. Like there will be raw oysters, but like more like cooked shit. Which honestly, yes. But the craziest thing was I ran into my ex-girlfriend who I dated in high school and a little bit of college for like 3 years.
Is this the one you lost your virginity to the World Cup?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. Galato in the pussy.
Is she okay? So how'd that go?
I mean, we like follow each other on social media, so
Nice.
I like know that she's like married and has a dog and like lives
I
in
follow
New York.
all my exes. Well, actually, that's not true. But I follow some of my exes. I'm still friendly with a lot of them.
Yeah, and like
Cordial, whatever.
and it was
Internet friends.
so fucking awkward.
Yikes.
Only in that, not because of like the past like relationship and like the past romance, not because of that. It's like somebody that you haven't spoken to in 10 years.
Oh yeah, could be
How do you
anyone, ex or otherwise.
How do you start a fucking conversation?
How's she look?
She looks good.
Great.
So I was there with my current
Happy to
girlfriend's
hear.
bestie
Ooh.
when I was like, oh my God, that's my high school girlfriend. And then I was like, yo, what up? And we like hugged. And then
What
like,
up, girl?
and then I'm texting current girlfriend. I'm like, oh, LOL, like my high school girlfriend's here. And she's like, what? And then
Oh no.
immediately text the best friend who she knows is there with me and is like,
Keep tabs on this
what
psycho.
does she look like?
Oh, of course. I literally, this is so funny that it's happened because I had a similar situation after I had, shared my birthday dinner with my mom. The whole family's back at the crib because of a variety of factors I won't go into.
How many beers?
We were drinking wine. And I honestly I kept it.
Kept it on the fairway?
Yeah, I had maybe 3 glasses of wine. Nothing crazy, a little Pinot Noir. My ex-girlfriend came up, and
What?
it's not worth even going into. My mom is.
We do have a podcast.
My mom is very friendly with one of her mom's mutuals. So like this, she's doing something with this
Itchy.
woman. So that woman's name came up, and by extension, my ex's name comes up. But we were checking in on her, everyone that was back at the house, looking at her Facebook. And unfortunately for me, the general consensus was that, she married a very hot guy and did a lot better than me. And I've talked about this relationship a lot on the pod where I was.
Is this true of all, is this the girl you lost your virginity to with the French
No.
French tickler?
No. This was a very serious college girlfriend who I've mentioned on the pod before. In a nutshell, I was in love with and ready and willing to spend the rest of my life with her. And she had other plans, which was
Yes.
This is a college thing and see you later,
Yeah.
deuces. But she
I'm
married
gonna go marry
a very hot Southern
I'm
chap.
gonna go marry an adult. What does he do? Is he working?
I have no idea. She's in banking, and I'm assuming that he's bred it up. But they have like 3 kids now and a perfect life, and I'm happy for him.
Yeah.
I'm not bitter, besides the fact that I guess objectively she married a hotter guy, and any time now that she's going to come up, I'm going to have to deal with that from my wife, my brother, his boyfriend, my mom, my dad. I'm like, what the fuck, guys?
Damn, look at all these
Get off this guy's dick.
All these alternate timeline liars. We got the fucking stoned dude at the Wayne show. We got fucking
I don't think
Southern Chad
I
over
don't know.
here.
This dude is like 6'2", chiseled jaw, not like me.
Fire. Damn.
Yeah. Not Jewish.
Does he want to co-host a podcast with me?
I don't know, dude. He might be available. I don't know.
The one thing I'll say is that I did appreciate that we had our like the super awkward like, oh my God, what are you doing here? And we kept like asking each other questions at the same time, like talking over each other, and then like
podcasts.
and then trying to answer the question, but starting to say it was like, oh, you go. Eventually,
Awkward turtle.
Eventually, she was like, oh, this is my friend. She actually works at Complex, and the friend like didn't turn around as I'm like, hi. Eventually, we were
You
just.
get a lot of that. That happened in Georgia as well.
Oh yeah, well, that's when I.
Why do people like not acknowledge you when you're trying to be cordial and say hi?
That's when I. Well, I wasn't trying to be cordial in Georgia. I was trying to fucking give this guy the cold shoulder.
No, I'm thinking of not that. I'm thinking of when you
Oh,
introduce yourself.
yeah.
It doesn't matter.
But eventually, we like tried to like
Mr. Robot's sister.
we tried to talk, and then like it didn't have like the conversation couldn't take off, and then she just like walked
Damn,
over.
grounded.
She like walked over to like a different area and just like waited for her food over there while I waited for my food over here. Which like I was like, yo,
doesn't everyone want that? Really?
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. It's like when you see someone on the subway, just like you just like nod at them.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Don't
like,
fucking talk to them.
This is kind of like what you alluded to maybe last week when we were talking about like your very efficient sniper laser focused Irish goodbye. It's like it's really good for everyone. For being totally frank, like this is what everyone wants. Like,
I know.
Don't feel like you need to be a people pleaser. What do we say? Be generous.
Yeah.
Be as generous as possible, but at the same time, just eject.
But you know
It's
what?
everyone wants.
I'm gonna
in a social setting.
I'm gonna Irish goodbye from this podcast.
Bye,